Good afternoon, everybody. I am Mona Sarbu. I'm a nephrologist here in Chico and at Enloe Hospital. Thank you all for joining us today, whether in person here in the park, braving the elements on this hottest day of the year so far, or online, taking time out of your day to see what new and improved things we have come up with this time. The time has come again to welcome you to the 15th Enloe Quality Summit, which from now on is going to be known as Enloe Health Quality Summit. It has become an anticipated tradition to gather here to celebrate another year of hard and dedicated work and recognize and prize the champions of the quality improvement initiatives. It has been a fruitful year for the quality improvement work in all departments. As we can glimpse from the 101 posters that have seen the light of print in the sun of Enloe Park, this is the only second highest number to last year's 103 posters. And the message that we're getting loud and clear is that the quest for improvement is everyone's business. What it once used to be the job of leaders and managers now has become a culture that permeates all job descriptions and all areas of activity. Last year, I invited you to reflect on the journey we took from working to meet the standards of care to setting the standards of care. This year, I want to revisit with you some projects of years past and see how transformative these efforts have been. And what better place to start than looking back at our first winner of the Quality Summit Awards. In 2009, the award went to a project establishing a multi-department protocol on sepsis management. Data analysis showed that after the implementation of the sepsis protocol, the mortality from sepsis declined from about 40% to 14% at the end of 1 year. Fast forward to today, the protocol is still in use, and our current mortality rate in sepsis is 11%. That is almost 30 lives saved for every 100 septic patients. An example of a safety assurance intervention is the implementation in 2018 of bedside medication scanning. Just before being administered to the patient, a medication is scanned at bedside with a handheld scanning device connected to a mobile computer, making sure the right medication is given to the right patient in the right dose. There are no contraindications or interactions with other medications the patient is taking. This step, which is currently used in 95% of all medication administrations, although seemingly time-consuming, it's an important part of a complex plan that Enloe has in place to prevent medication administration error. And I can share with you the most recent results of this prevention plan. In 2023, 2.1 million medication doses were administered at Enloe Health, with only 292 errors, and that is a rate of 0.013%. And if that still can seem for some of us like a large number, in a review of 91 observational studies of medication errors in hospitals and long-term care facilities, investigators estimated a median error rate of 8 to 25% during medication administration. An example of another type of a project directed to promote safety and excellent care is the development in 2010 of the deep vein thrombosis prophylaxis algorithm, now customized and used across all the inpatient clinical areas, making sure that the care of every patient is aligned to the literature standards, preventing complications and deaths during hospitalization. And so, many of the quality initiatives that have made their way in the everyday work culture and have become the new normal in the patient care at Enloe Health for the benefit of our entire community of patients and staff. We have seen here on display posters that present all kinds of projects. Some look at various metrics modified by a certain intervention. Some speak to the implementation of a new process meant to improve efficiency, communication, patient's comfort, or access to care. Some posters present and advertise a new line of service, a new procedure, or a new collaborative effort. Some initiatives aim to save lives. Some aim to save money or time, or decrease the suffering or stress burden of patients and staff. They all show a mindful way of looking at our daily grind, a quality state of mind, with high awareness of what can be done better and how. This attitude of engagement, ownership, personal and collective responsibility deserves to be the main reason for celebration and recognition here today, outshining even the results. At this time, I want to invite Dr. Sean Majorano, our Chief Medical Officer and a veteran accomplice in the Quality Improvement Movement, to give us more details about this year's Quality Summit posters.
Thank you, Dr. Sarbu. I was going to start this off with a recipe, but I'm going to move on from that. So. It's my great pleasure to participate in this year's Quality Summit. This marks our 15th year of a unique experience in our medical community. It's easy to take it for granted what this has become. It's truly become part of our culture and our identity. With my new role here at Enloe Health, I've reflected on the road that has gotten us here. The early years of this Quality Summit were hard. It was a struggle to sort of identify ourselves, an effort annually trying to redefine quality. If you recall, those of you who are here, and most of you were, those gatherings felt more like didactic sessions. We were learning about other organizations, learning about best practice, learning to emulate other people's successes. Thanks to the vision of Dr. Marcia Nelson, Dr. Chuck Merriman, and the quality and safety teams at that time and moving forward, we've slowly refined our vision. Today we've created an event that celebrates the efforts in every corner of our institution. We continue to redefine that quality, but in our own terms, from lessons we've learned and sustained process improvement. Looking over these 101 submissions this year, it's hard to believe how much we've done in every unit, clinic, and workspace. Some of the posters you'll see here are examples of process change, an illustration of a PDS cycle improvement, or an innovative approach to patient care. When we look over these projects, the longer we do this, the harder it gets to define what a great project is. Certainly a project with broad impact and scientific rigor will receive high praise and recognition from our selection committee, but sometimes even more subtle efforts should be applauded for their determination and the changes for our institution in creating that quality state of mind that Dr. Sarbu referenced. Among the numerous submissions, there are several that stood out for me for their innovation and improvement. I'd like to list those for you. Poster 83 was improving workflow and satisfaction for physicians, nurses using standardized orders. This was an incredibly thoughtful and effective project. One of those, why didn't we think of it a year ago kind of ideas. This is a project we saw collaboration with nurses and physicians, creating appropriate standard medication orders that did not require nurses to call for every patient. This not only saved time, saved phone calls, but ultimately helped the patients get medications they need for symptomatic relief sooner. Poster 71, fourth floor inpatient oncology word of the week. Again, a very simple project, but I thought very effective. Educators and staff on the oncology floor expanded their vocabulary in oncology. Such a simple intervention showed that simple interventions can help build confidence and a knowledge base in a challenging medical specialty. Little efforts like this, I think, really help to establish new staff and help them become more comfortable, and lends itself to a culture of growth and learning. Poster 15, the leadless pacemaker. This was a great example of innovation in patient care. A pacemaker the size of a AAA battery that can be placed without any leads, decreases complications, infections, and postoperative restrictions. Poster 98, bilirubin monitoring project. If you've had a Billy baby, which I had, this project will speak to you. Here, our pediatrics department championed transcutaneous bilirubin measurements in neonates. This intervention improves the patient experience and care. They achieve 20% less blood draws, decreased pain, decreased parent and family anxiety, and improved testing results. And lastly, poster 12, our STEMI Gold. The American Heart Association Lifeline Gold is a designation that recognizes the quality of care for heart attacks. Enloe Health participated in 2021 and achieved gold in 2023. With a full-time coordinator and the use of continuous improvement plans, the team improved in every measured category for the AHA. So let's talk about the awards this year. Last year, we renamed our Summit Award to the Dr. Marcia Nelson Quality Summit Award to recognize Dr. Nelson's tireless efforts in promoting quality at Enloe Health. This year, our overall Best in Show is the Dr. Marcia Nelson Summit Award, but we will also name 2 additional quality awards to recognize the other outstanding efforts. Like any awards process, it's incredibly hard to decide, but our medical staff leaders, members of our board of trustees, selected 3 amazing projects. It's my distinct pleasure to announce the first of these 2 quality awards. This program showed the good that we can do, not just in the walls of this hospital, but in outreach with our community members. The first quality award goes to the Recuperative Care program. Recuperative care is a short-term residential care for homeless patients who no longer require hospitalization but still need to heal from the injuries and illness whose condition could be exacerbated by the unstable living conditions. Enloe's community health, case management, home health departments partnered with the Jesus Center, Butte County DESS program, and piloted the program in 2022. In 2023, the program officially took off and has been its first full year in recuperative care. With that, I'd like to bring up Dr. Andy Miller to be recognized for this award. And he's pleased.
Well, that was a great introduction, and he basically said much of what I need to say, and that is that I just said recognizing me, but almost half the people here are people involved with the recuperative care program, and community health is a small department and really does very little on our own. And what we do with our partners in the community, and so we have some of those people here, and I want to recognize them. So. When we talk about this work, it started actually with kind of a vision and direction from our administration and from our board, who said, please try to make this work. And I want to start with talking about the Enloe people. So in our community health department, Kristen Francis provides really the glue from the Enloe side, and without her, we wouldn't have gotten contracts and lots of other things done. So Kristen, the case management department, Amanda Wilkinson and Marcia Cohen are here, and they are the entry point into this. From the home health department, we have lots of people here because we have lots of people involved. We have Stephanie Bisner, Nicole Hook. I don't know if all these names are here, but I'll read them all because they all deserve it. Melinda Withington, Justina Hughes, John McNeely, Diane Jones, all and others from home health are involved. And then from the Jesus Center, our community partner, we have Amber and Shelley here. And I'm going to take a moment after I'm done with the thank yous and the kind of Oscar acceptance part to quickly describe it, because I think you'll see why all these partners are necessary. A couple more groups that I want to thank. the fiscal department helped us bridge a time when we weren't getting paid for this in the way that we are now. And so Linda Stark and Christy Bernard were very helpful in this space. And then we need to thank the Department of Employment and Social Service, who wrote a grant that really allowed it to happen in the first year or so of this program. And there are many others to thank, but I will spare you that. I just wanted to describe quickly what the recuperative care program is. Sean did a great job. I'm going to go into a little bit more detail. When our patients are admitted to the hospital, they are asked lots of questions. And one of those many questions they're asked is about housing insecurity. And if you are a person working in admitting, or you are a nurse on the floor, it's one of many questions you will ask. And I'm here and looking in the camera to say that that first step, that question, for some people may be the most important question we ask of them. And I'll suggest the reason is the program that I'll describe. So those people that ask that question day in and day out, to identify those folks, are a part of this program. When those patients are identified by those folks, they're flagged for case management. Case management goes and assesses them, assesses their interest and their appropriateness for this program. And that's the hard work of case management and Amanda and her team. And if they are appropriate, upon discharge, they're discharged to the Jesus Center. The Jesus Center has set aside beds and rooms and staff and changed a lot of what they had previously done to accommodate this program. And so what happens there is that people get additional support. If it were you or I being discharged from the hospital and we needed physical therapy or wound care or additional help with medications, we'd get a home health order and that would happen for us. But if you were unhoused in this community, you were probably the people that needed those the most, and you did not receive those services because you couldn't be found, essentially. And so that's what the Jesus Center affords us, is a place for people to go. Then our dedicated and committed Enloe home care nurses go to the Jesus Center, provide them with the needed care, and while they're there and our staff is taking care of them, they're seen by housing navigation, they may be seen by behavioral health, all at the site there. They may be seen at AMPLA's mobile medical clinic, and so their medical follow-up and some of their social things are being taken care of. Those participant days are paid through Medi-Cal Cal-AIM initiatives. In 2023, we had almost 50, we had 49 different people participate, and a total number of participant days just under 1,000, so 970 something participant days. At least 55% of those who entered their hospitalization unhoused went into some sort of housing after this program. And that may be the most important number, is at least 55%. So I'll read one story from one of those people about RB. Prior to coming to the recuperative care program, RB lived in his van for 3 years. After his second surgery, he chose to come into recuperative care. He stated, "Coming into the recuperative care program gave me a safe place to heal properly and recover from surgery, as well as get back on my feet. I'm so thankful for all of the help of the home health nurses and the shelter staff. They helped me every step of the way." RB transitioned to into the shelter after completing recuperative care and was eventually able to move into his own permanent home where he now lives happily. So that's the success of the program, thanks to the people here, and I will accept this in their honor. Thank you.
It is my pleasure to announce the second winner of the day. It is for a heartwarming project that touches on one of the most universally recognized concepts about love and community, that the way to a man's heart goes through his stomach. The award goes to Thomas Cuisine for 530 Food Rescue. Congratulations.
Thank you. This is such an honor. I'm here with our partners. This award is really a recognition of the amazing hard work, dedication, and coordination between 3 different organizations: Enloe Health, 530 Food Rescue Coalition, and Thomas Cuisine, all with a purpose of service. So the community health team here at Enloe is the one that's provided the connection and the fostered the relationship between 530 Food Rescue and Thomas Cuisine. And it's really what was the foundation for the success of this program. Over 8,000 pounds of food was dedicated to the landfill, or was supposed to go to the landfill last year, right? With this seamless coordination between these 3 organizations, that 8,000 pounds was re-diverted and donated to 29 different nonprofits within the community to feed those that have food insecurities. It's amazing to see the passion behind people when it comes to food. Food is a passion, right? And to see the passion around the donation of food, from the staff to the different organizations like this that partnered with it so seamlessly to be able to do that. It's the collective initiatives like this that empower us all to thrive and together to be a more resilient and a healthier community by tackling things head on, like food insecurity and climate pollutants. Your recognition motivates us to continue pushing the boundaries and delivering excellent work. This goes beyond the impact of our immediate community because this is a best practice. This is a project that can be scaled and implemented in other communities with other programs. And it's with the support of 530 Food Rescue and Enloe Health that we've actually seen these programs starting to develop in other Thomas Cuisine locations and other communities too. So we really appreciate this incredible honor, and thank you all.
Well, thank you very much. My name is Mike Woltermuth. I'm president of Enloe Health, and it's my great honor to award the MVP, Most Valuable Poster. Dr. Mairano introduced Dr. Marcy Nelson here, as many of you will, well, hopefully all of you, unless we're getting senile, is our immediate past chief medical officer and a very well-respected primary care physician in town. So it's our honor to have her with us to help to present the award, her own award, the Marcy Nelson Award. Without going into a lot of detail about this award and the great work that Marcy did to build to create and build the Quality Summit, we're all relieved that we had this many posters after she left. We kept the momentum, and so we're really proud to have her with us today. I don't want to detract from the winners and what they're going to say about the program that they so masterfully implemented, but what I would like to tee it up by saying that, ever since the campfire, we've had some struggles trying to fill in the gaps that were created by that fire. And nowhere is this more illustrative than our emergency department. It is not an easy thing to just add a doctor or add a nurse when you start getting overwhelmed with the volume. It requires a team. We need beds, we need techs, we need social workers. We need our partners out there in the community to help us out. It is a yeoman's work to build, especially when you consider the great number of admissions that we get through our emergency department. A year ago, I happened to be in walking through the lobby of the emergency room about 3 a.m, and lest anybody think I'm just a dedicated CEO, I just happened to be there because I was serving breakfast during hospital week, which I get a great personal satisfaction out of. Thankfully, I think, for me, I got a real bird's eye view of what goes on in the emergency room that day. As I walked through with my badge prominently displayed, people looked at me expectantly as if I was going to be able to help them. There were 50 people of various degrees of illness in that lobby, and it was brutal to see. I walked back into the emergency department, and there was the usual controlled chaos going on. And I'll never forget the charge nurse catching my eye, probably seeing on my face the amazement of what was going on. And she looked at me and she said, "We'll be okay." And that tone of voice had just stuck with me. And I want to say, where other people might have given up on with the overwhelmingness of what they were dealing with, we had a great team, that our physicians, our staff, the people that support them, to make sure that we could get things right for our community and provide the service that we're all capable of and we know that our patients deserve. And so it is with great pride that I announce the winner of the Marcy Nelson MVP Award, and that goes to our emergency room lobby project.
Dr. Nelson is very aware of what we've gone through because she attended our group meetings for many, many years. So she's watched this struggle in real time. The two big things that I really want to be able to talk about with this project, because it's taken many years for us to get to where we currently are, is the teamwork. Like everybody says, is off the charts. And our teamwork in the ER is similar to what he described. Frequently, it's very real time. It's very in the moment. Someone's coming in medical distress while there's 50 in the lobby, and someone's getting angry in the lobby, and we're doing it in real time, and every tech and every nurse, every secretary is just running interference and helping us make sure the right person gets what they can and as fast as possible. So this project has been, like I said, years in the coming, but the reality of what it took was we tried so many different spots within our ED, within the lobby. We moved them. Sometimes we'd move it 1 week and we'd expect the nurses and the doctors to start using it within 2 days. It involved changing doctors' schedules left and right. And to have a group of doctors that got to the point where they're like, just text or let me know, or I'll check the schedule. Like, truly, next week it's going to be different. And then they would do their best. And then they'd be like, oh, these rooms are now fast track. How are we supposed to do that? And they would know that they'd only get a little bit of notice because we're in real time trying to figure out a way to deal with what the community is bringing us. And so we've gotten to a point where we have a system that's working 24/7, where it's currently in the lobby with several spots where we can see patients that are lower acuity and kind of help try and keep the lobby empty, which also helps with everyone's care when you don't have a buildup of patients. But it's set up in a way where we can use it anytime, day or night. So I currently am now working overnights. I'm a night doc. And at 3 a.m., I can get a patient stabilized, walk out to the lobby, see 2 or 3 people, come back and and we have staff that just facilitates it all the time. So that layers of teamwork is just very deep and very intertwined. It's like an organism that's working, and it took years to get here. And I'm super grateful, with our nursing management and in reality, Donna started leading the ED with management-wise a couple years ago, and she said, we're going to do these things, we're going to make it better, give us at least 2 years before we can expect change. And she was not wrong, because we're about 2 years from there. Numbers-wise, are left without, numbers are very, I'm not super into numbers from the ER standpoint, because in reality, when someone shows up dying, the numbers don't matter. But our left without being seen rate was over 14% when this started, and now it's consistently under 4%. And that's with... And that's with volumes that have only done this. Our volumes are not going down. So it's a huge testament to the amount of work that's gone into it.
Just a quick thank you to senior team for supporting our project. It allowed us to really focus on our community and the needs in the lobby, where we identified safety issues, people feeling not seen, amongst other things. So we were able to add LVNs to our lobby and additional techs so that you are seen, you know what's going on, you haven't been forgotten. I think that has gone a long way. So that, thank you for all of that support. Really, I want to take a second just to recognize all of our staff in the emergency department and our physicians for their patience, their flexibility, and their collaboration, because we couldn't do this without each other.
That's true.
So thank you.
All right. Keep up, man.
Big hand of applause for teamwork. Now that we are nearing the end, I personally want to congratulate our winners once again. And I want to congratulate and thank all the participants in this meritorious competition who have enrolled in this pursuit, not seeking money or great glory, but seeking to make lives better for all of us. I want to thank the whole team of the quality department who tirelessly work every day to keep us in line, to get us and remind us where we want to be, to clean, polish, and flourish our work and make us look good in front of the accreditation panels and boards, and who keep at bay armies of inspectors. I want to thank the team of marketing and communication for all the hard work, the million pieces that they put together to make this event go seamlessly and look easy. I also want to thank the Department of Printing Services, who have given our ideas and our numbers a pretty face on a shiny poster. That is a lot of work, again, made look easy. I want to thank the engineering department for, again, supporting us with all these technicalities and making a very complicated things look simple and easy. And last but not least, I want to thank our senior administrative team and the members of the board for guiding our organization and for listening to our ideas and our needs and making the Quality Summit possible. Like many areas of our lives, healthcare is evolving incredibly quick and becoming more specialized, more sophisticated, and more expensive every day. All of those changes are causing a polarization of the healthcare experiences. The top-of-the-line procedures, treatments, investigations are migrating to large cities with university centers and wealthy communities and away from more rural areas. Our success in the quest to keeping pace with the demands of modern medicine with our limited resources relies heavily on the ingenuity, professionalism, dedication, and engagements of all members of our organization. Thank you all. Quality, advocacy, and performance improvement have many facets and many meanings. They can be practiced by every one of us every day by striving to do a good job with everything we do, being mindful of the processes we are involved with, and compassionate towards each other, and always looking for ways of giving. And just before drawing the curtain on the 15th Enloe Quality Summit, I want to ask everyone to join in the quality improvement movement from our own place in the organization by paraphrasing the memorable quote from John F. Kennedy's 1961 inaugural address. Ask not what the community can do for you. Ask what you can do for your community. Thank you all for coming this afternoon. We'll see you next year.